Here's a short recap of part 16 of the Frogger series. First, we'll create a new blueprint actor that we'll call BP_destination. These will be used for our win condition for this project. Open the blueprint and add in a box collision and the frog's skeletal mesh components. Position the trigger box to cover the Frogger's skeletal mesh. Next, we'll add the BP_destination blueprint to the world and position it after the river hazards. Then duplicate the blueprint 5 times and space them out evenly. Then, open the destination blueprint, and in the construction script, we'll set the material of the frog mesh by promoting it to a variable that we'll set to instance editable so we can change it in the level editor. Create the material instances for all the colors we'll use for the destination blueprints, and assign them in the level editor. Open the destination blueprint and set the skeletal mesh to be hidden in-game. We'll make the blueprint visible after player reaches it. We'll need to create a Boolean variable that we'll call isActive. Then, in the graph editor, we'll add a component begin overlap event and check the Boolean value before casting to the player blueprint and setting the skeletal mesh to be visible. Now we can create an animation blueprint to spruce up our destination blueprint. We'll add a state machine that we can call dance, and then we'll use a single state that we'll call dancing, and add in one of the idle animations and just set it to loop. Don't forget to assign the animation to the skeletal mesh in the destination blueprint. Back in the game manager blueprint, create 2 variables of type integer that we'll call lives and frogs. Then create a custom event called score that increments the frogs variable, then checks if the frogs variable is greater than or equal to the total number of destination frogs in the level. We'll also create another variable of type float that we'll call player score. Finally, in the destination blueprint, we'll cast to the game manager in the begin play event and store the value as a reference variable. Then, back in the overlap event, we'll use the game manager's reference to call the custom score event we just made. Then come into a delay and call the player event for the camera work and spawn and swap to finish it out. And just like that, we've created our win condition for this project. Stay tuned for part 17.